Hi all. So welcome to another lab video for Communications 1. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export your line work from Rhino and take it into Illustrator. It's a really simple process, but there's just a few key steps to follow, um, and I'll go through them now. I'll try and make this quick as well. So as I explained in an earlier video, there's kind of a center to your Rhino file, which is marked by where this green line meets this red line. And so that's kind of the two axes of the file, and that's the center of the file. When we're exporting, we kind of want to export from the center of the file. So we always want to have our work close to or near the 0 point. If you ever need to get anything, so if you say have moved your work away from the 0 point, in order to get it back, you just select everything you want to export, type move, and then just find the center of your work, which should be about there. And once you've clicked move, just type 0, and that will move it back to point 0. So now our stuff has moved back to the center. You can also just move your work back to the middle of the file, and that's pretty much the same thing. So I thought a good test for this would be to use the Rhino template file so that everybody can do this quite quickly with work that we've already given you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to export the sort of the different layer colors, the lines on each different layer here. So I'm just going to export these. And if you're following along, just export these as well. So the first step in exporting is to select all the work you want to export. So anything that you don't select won't export. Anything you do select will export, so you can kind of be selective. So just make sure that all the layers that you want to take to Illustrator are unlocked, and that way you can select them. Good, so they're all highlighted yellow, so I can see that they've all been selected. Then all I need to do is go up the top here to File, and then go to Export Selected. So File, Export Selected. Click on that, and you get this kind of box showing you, where do you want to take things. Let's take it to our Downloads folder, and the only thing we need to do up here is to click on this file type down here. So the default setting will say Rhino 7 3D models or something similar. You want to select that and just go down to Adobe Illustrator AI. So that's the file type we want to export to. Click on that, and then click Export. After that, you're going to get this pop-up box. So the default setting should look something like this. So it'll say snapshot of current view and this kind of scaling system. So we want to make sure that that is clicked to preserve model scale. So we want to export it at the same kind of size that we've drawn it. And then it will say something like 1 millimeter equals 1 inch. We want to make sure that that says millimeter. So 1 millimeter equals 1 millimeter. We don't want any scaling. I don't know why it's the default setting, but it is. Everything else is fine to leave as it is. And then you just go export. And that's done. Now to open that file, we're going to go to our downloads folder where we exported it to, and there it is. That's what we just exported just now. So just click on that to open it. So I just double clicked on that to open it. And then this is our Illustrator file, and here is our line work from Rhino. So you can see it's slightly off to the side, so the center is about there and it's slightly off to the side. That's because the center is about there and it's slightly off to the side. So that's why it's kind of important to export close to the 0 point. The other thing you'll notice is that our layers have come from Rhino into Illustrator. So all the artwork that was on a layer, all the layers that had artwork on them, rather, have come into Illustrator with us. So that's why it's really important to be using layering effectively in Rhino, because it'll come back into Illustrator and all the colors stay the same as well, which is really useful. So just for the next step, this is probably getting a little bit into Illustrator editing. So maybe I'll leave this for the next video actually. So that's just how you export, and I'll show you how to edit these lines in Illustrator in the next video. Okay, thanks.